Unless you've been living in a coal mine for the last month, then you probably know that this happened. Yes, that's right, the United Nations 21st Conference of the Parties in Paris. In early December, almost 200 governments from around the world gathered in the country known for its exquisite wine, beautiful baguettes, and yes, those steaming, delicious croissants to have a very urgent chat about reducing anthropogenic, or human-caused, greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. So what did the governments actually agree on, and is it enough? First, governments have promised to hold global average temperatures well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, and as an optional bonus, to try and limit the temperature increases to 1.5 degrees Celsius above those same levels. Governments have also agreed to reach global peaking of greenhouse gas emissions as soon as possible, as well as to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions sometime in the second half of this century. Now, on the money side of things, starting in 2020, developed countries will give an annual minimum of US $100 billion to developing countries in order to assist in sustainable and climate-resilient development. Now, that sounds great, but if you're a low-lying country or an island state looking to developed countries to compensate for any loss and damage that is caused by rising sea levels or extreme weather events, then you're out of luck this time. Any agreement on loss and damage will get a closer look at the next conference in 2016. The Paris Climate Agreement has been globally praised as historic and hailed as a landmark deal 20 years in the making. It is no doubt a diplomatic success for the United Nations and the world. But moving forward, the main question that plagues us is, will the agreement work? Will there be action? Or will humanity perish as a result of empty promises? Well, some are more optimistic while others aren't so much. James Hansen, a leading climate activist and former NASA scientist, has expressed significant disappointment in the climate talks, calling the agreement a fraud and worthless words, saying that there is no action, just promises. According to Hansen, unless humans stop burning fossil fuels, climate change will certainly not be stopped. The Executive Secretary of the United Nations Convention on Climate Change has also said that the current intended carbon reduction goals will only limit global temperatures to an average of 2.7 degrees Celsius by 2100, clearly not enough for the agreed goal of 2 degrees Celsius, let alone 1.5. So it seems like the Paris Agreement won't save our planet yet, but it might be a good step in the right direction.
Even if all the initial targets set in Paris are met, we'll only be part of the way there when it comes to reducing carbon from the atmosphere. So we cannot be complacent because of today's agreement. The problem's not solved because of this accord. But make no mistake, the Paris Agreement establishes the enduring framework the world needs to solve the climate crisis. It creates the mechanism, the architecture, for us to continually tackle this problem in an effective way.
Although the Paris Agreement won't solve the climate puzzle, it's certainly part of the solution, baby steps. But the problem is, time is running out, and according to some, it might have run out already. Our best bet is to significantly decrease fossil fuel use, avoid opening new coal mines, change our diet to cut emissions from the agricultural sector, and transition to renewable energy technologies. Now that's what I call a to-do list.